Stop for a moment. Take a deep breath and hear me now. This message did not find its way to you by accident. It wasn't a random scroll through your feed, nor was it a moment of idle curiosity. No, this message was delivered to you with purpose by heaven's hand, and it's meant for you right here, right now. You're not listening to this by mistake. This is divine intervention, a call that has been timed just perfectly in your life. God has been speaking to you, and you may not have realized it, but this moment is a pivotal one. What you hear now is not a coincidence, but a deliberate act of love and guidance. You may wonder, why now? Why this message? The answer is simple. God is working in your life to bring about something bigger, something more significant than what you have experienced thus far. You're in the midst of a shift, a divine upgrade that is designed to move you from where you are to a place of purpose, growth, and fulfillment. This is not just another moment in the routine of your life. It is the beginning of something much greater. Heaven has intentionally interrupted your life to bring you to this very point, and in doing so, God is offering you something incredibly valuable, a new way of seeing, living, and walking in alignment with His plans for you. But here's the truth, these upgrades always come with discomfort. It's not chaos, it's not random confusion. What you may be feeling right now, the restlessness, the pressure, the sense that something is shifting, is the beginning of the process of change. The old version of you, the one that was comfortable with what was, is beginning to feel too small. What once gave you satisfaction, what once felt fulfilling, no longer does, and you might be wondering why. The answer lies in the fact that you are outgrowing your old self. The person who was comfortable in familiar patterns and small victories and in the comfort of routine is being transformed. The version of you that could survive at that level is passing away, and in its place a stronger, more focused, more capable version of yourself is emerging. If you're feeling this sense of discomfort, if you're sensing that the things that once made sense no longer fit, it's because God is stretching you. And stretching, while it may feel uncomfortable, is essential for growth. Imagine a rubber band when it's stretched. It feels tight, like it might snap. But that tightness is what allows it to reach further, to hold more, to stretch its boundaries and fulfill its true potential. In much the same way God is stretching you right now, He's expanding your capacity, your ability to handle more, to see beyond your current circumstances, and to walk into a new season with a greater understanding of your purpose. But this shift doesn't happen without resistance. It never does. Think of it like construction work before something new can be built. There's often a period of demolition, of breaking down what was there to make way for the new. This is exactly what's happening in your life right now. The discomfort, the tension, the restlessness you feel is not chaos. It's construction. God is working behind the scenes to tear down old walls, old mindsets, and old limitations so that you can make room for the new. He's exposing the ceilings you unknowingly agreed to, the limits you placed on yourself, and the sort of false ceilings that have been holding you back. What's uncomfortable is not a sign that you are breaking down. It's a sign that you are being rebuilt, restructured, and prepared for something far greater than what you've experienced before. And this discomfort, it's not a punishment, it's preparation. God has always had a plan for you, and He's been working on you long before you even realized it. The lessons you've learned, the seasons of struggle you've endured, and the quiet battles you've fought all serve to build something within you. God has been shaping you, teaching you how to wait without quitting, how to trust without evidence, how to stand firm when the world seems to be shifting around you. These aren't lessons for beginners. These are lessons for those who are ready for something greater, ready to step into their purpose with strength and clarity. The pressure you feel right now is not a sign of defeat. It's a sign of divine elevation. You may feel worn out, like you've been pushed to your limits, but understand this. This exhaustion is not from losing. It's from outgrowing what no longer fits. The weariness you're feeling is not a signal that you're on the wrong path. It's the sign that you've reached the end of one chapter and are about to step into the next. And while it may not all make sense right now, trust that clarity will come as you move forward. Faith doesn't require full understanding, it requires a willingness to move to step forward in obedience, even when the full picture hasn't been revealed. So if you are feeling that quiet pressure within you, that restlessness that refuses to be silenced by distractions, know that it's not random. It's not a coincidence that you're listening to this message right now. God has been preparing you for this moment and this is the time to accept the upgrade He's offering you. Don't resist it. Embrace it. Step into it with faith and courage, knowing that the discomfort you feel is the very thing that will lead you into the fullness of God's plan for your life. The best is yet to come, and you are more than ready for it. It's important to understand that the discomfort you're experiencing right now is not random chaos. It is in fact a sign of divine construction. What feels tight, what feels like pressure, is God working on you, stretching your capacity for what lies ahead. Just as an artist molds clay, God is shaping you into something more, something that can hold the weight of greater responsibility, purpose, and influence. The discomfort is not the end, it is the beginning of something incredible. You may feel like you're in the midst of a storm, but know that storms don't last forever. The winds are only pushing you toward greater heights, and the pressure you're feeling is preparing you for something more significant than you can imagine. When God begins to upgrade your life, it's never without some discomfort. Just like when a tree is being pruned to grow stronger and bear more fruit, it feels painful at first, but it is necessary for growth. The old ways, the old patterns, the old limits that once defined your life, these must be exposed and broken down so that you can stretch into your full potential. God is revealing to you the ceilings you unknowingly agreed to, those limits you placed on yourself or allowed others to place on you. These ceilings were once comfortable, they were familiar, but now they're too small, and God is pushing you past them, helping you to break free from what once held you back. This process of breaking down and building up is not chaotic, it is divine construction. Imagine a house that has stood for many years. It may have weathered storms and withstood the test of time, but now it's time for an upgrade. The foundation may need reinforcing. The walls may need to be torn down to make way for new rooms and new possibilities. The process is necessary for the house to stand firm against future storms and provide shelter for more people. So it is with you. God is expanding your capacity, and the discomfort you feel is not because something is going wrong. It's because something is being made right. God is preparing you for what you couldn't handle before, and He's making room in your life for something greater. But with this process comes a challenge: patience. The stretching of your capacity doesn't happen overnight. There are days when it feels like you're running on empty. There are times when you feel worn out, as though your strength is being drained. And you wonder, why does this feel so hard? It's because your spirit is being renewed in ways you may not yet understand. The exhaustion you feel is not a sign of defeat, it's a sign that you're outgrowing what no longer fits. The person who could survive on the old ways, who could find comfort in the past routines, is being transformed into someone who can thrive in new environments, new responsibilities, and new levels of purpose. Think about the muscles in your body. When you're training to get stronger, the process can feel exhausting. There are moments when your muscles are sore, when every step feels like it takes more effort than before, but that's the sign that you're growing. You're strengthening muscles that were once weak, and it requires effort, discipline, and sometimes discomfort. So too with your spirit. The fatigue you're feeling is not because you're failing. It's because you're stretching and growing, and it requires every ounce of your strength. But even as your strength feels low, understand that your spirit is being renewed. God is strengthening you in ways that will pay off in the long run. The weariness you feel now is part of the divine process, and it will lead you to a place where you are stronger than ever before. Through this season of stretching, God is also building your spiritual endurance. You've already faced challenges that would have crushed others. You've walked through dark seasons where it seemed like the world was against you, yet you stood firm. The trials you've endured, the rejection you've faced, and the times you were left to fight alone, these have not been in vain. Each of these experiences has been preparing you for what lies ahead. They have been building endurance inside you, teaching you how to wait without quitting, how to stand firm even when the applause is silent, how to trust God when there is no evidence of change. You've learned patience in the most difficult of circumstances. When you had no choice but to wait, you did. When you didn't know how the story would end, you chose to trust that God was still working. Even when things seemed impossible, you didn't give up. This endurance, this ability to keep moving forward even when the way isn't clear, is exactly what you need for the upgrade that's coming. The trials you faced were not a sign that you were doing something wrong. They were part of God's process of preparation. He was teaching you how to endure, how to trust, and how to remain faithful, even when everything around you seemed to suggest otherwise. Each lesson in patience, each moment of waiting without knowing the outcome is qualifying you for the future. You are learning to carry the weight of responsibility not just for yourself, but for others. You are being trained to lead with integrity, to walk in authority, and to remain steady in the face of opposition. The challenges you faced are like a forge that is refining you, making you more resilient, more focused, and more capable of handling the blessings that are coming your way. God doesn't waste any part of your journey. Even when it felt like you were stuck or when the waiting seemed endless, it was all part of His divine plan to prepare you for the next level. You may not see it now, but every trial you've faced, every moment of discomfort has been shaping you into the person you need to be to step into the greater things God has in store for you. The stretch you're feeling is necessary for your growth. The discomfort is part of the divine construction that is happening in your life. And though it may be hard now, know that it is all leading you to a place of greater purpose, greater clarity, and greater fulfillment than you ever imagined. Patience and endurance are not easy lessons, but they are the qualifications you need for the upgrade. They are the building blocks of the strength you need to carry the weight of your calling. And as you embrace this upgrade, trust that God is with you every step of the way. He's been preparing you for this moment, and now He is calling you to step into the fullness of what He has for you. Your strength is being renewed, your spirit is being fortified, and the discomfort you feel is only temporary. The upgrade is coming, and when it arrives, you will be ready to step into it with confidence, courage, and clarity. The truth is, you have always been different. From a young age, there was something about you that set you apart. You were sensitive when others were indifferent, deep thinking when the world was content with surface-level understanding, and resilient when things seemed to fall apart. While others went along with the flow of life, you found yourself questioning, searching for meaning, and wrestling with ideas that went beyond the obvious. You felt things deeply, things that others overlooked, ignored, or dismissed. In moments when others were content with simple answers, you were already searching for something more profound, something that would give your life deeper significance. And here's the thing, God shaped you like this for a reason. He never intended for you to blend in or follow the crowd. You were never meant to live a life of quiet complacency. God designed you for leadership, for a purpose that would require the strength to stand alone at times, and the wisdom to lead when others were too afraid to take a step forward. In your life, there were seasons of isolation, times when you felt out of place, when your path seemed to diverge from those around you. And though it may have felt lonely, it was never meant to break you. It was meant to build you. God uses isolation not to leave you alone, but to refine you, to prepare you for the leadership that is unfolding in your life. You may have questioned why certain doors seemed to close, or why certain relationships faded when you needed them the most. But God in His wisdom often leads us through seasons of separation to protect us from distractions, from environments that would dilute the calling He has placed on our lives. These moments of solitude when you are away from the noise of the world were the very moments God was shaping you into the person He knew you could be. In these quiet seasons, you were being strengthened in ways that could never happen in the hustle and bustle of the world around you. In isolation, God cultivated your character, deepened your understanding, and refined your spirit. It was there that He built the foundation of leadership that would hold strong when the time came for you to step into your purpose. The time of quiet preparation, while challenging, was necessary. It was in those moments of feeling misunderstood or out of sync with others that God was giving you the space to grow and hear His voice more clearly. You are learning to trust him in ways that most never do. You are being taught to rely on him, not on the validation of others. You are being prepared for the responsibility of leadership responsibility that would require a heart rooted deeply in God's purpose and a spirit that could withstand the challenges ahead. Leadership isn't just about being in charge. It's about having the wisdom to lead with integrity, the humility to serve others, and the strength to stand firm even when the path is unclear. As you step into the leadership God has been preparing you for, you will encounter resistance. The more you grow spiritually, the more opposition you will face. And this is not a sign that you are on the wrong path. No, it is a sign that you are being elevated. Resistance is the very thing that God uses to refine and strengthen you. Just as gold is purified in the fire, so too will you be refined in the resistance you face. The challenges you will encounter are not meant to break you. They are meant to shape you, to mold you into the kind of leader who can stand firm in their purpose no matter what comes against them. It is easy to mistake resistance for failure. When things get difficult, when people oppose you, it can be tempting to think that you've done something wrong or that God has forgotten you. But the truth is, resistance is a sign of divine elevation. The greater the calling, the greater the resistance. Think about a tree that grows in the wilderness. The wind may blow hard against it, the storms may come, and yet it stands firm. The tree grows stronger through the resistance. Its roots go deeper, its trunk thickens, and its branches reach higher. In much the same way, the resistance you face is making you stronger, making you more grounded in God's truth and helping you to stretch toward the fullness of your purpose. Resistance will come in many forms. People may question your decisions, challenge your beliefs, or misunderstand your intentions. You may face situations that seem to stand in your way, opportunities that seem to slip through your fingers, or people who try to discourage you from following your calling. But remember, none of this is a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that God is at work in your life, pushing you towards something greater. The more you grow in faith, the more the enemy will try to resist you, but the more you overcome, the stronger you become. This resistance is not something to fear, but something to embrace, because it is shaping you into the leader God has called you to be. Another sign of God's divine elevation in your life is the season of separation you may be experiencing. As you step into your purpose, God may be calling you to step away from certain relationships, environments, or habits that no longer align with the person He is shaping you to be. Separation can feel like loss. It can be painful when relationships or situations that once brought you comfort begin to fade or change. But this is not abandonment. This is realignment. God is repositioning you for greater things. The relationships that once defined you may no longer fit the new you. The environments that once felt safe may no longer hold the same appeal, and that is okay. In fact, it is more than okay. It is a sign that you are being prepared for something new. Separation is a necessary part of growth. God is refining you, making you lighter, and preparing you to carry greater influence. As you rise in your purpose, the weight of old habits, old mindsets, and old relationships may begin to feel heavy. That heaviness is a sign that you are being called to release what no longer serves you. God is calling you to let go of what is holding you back and to embrace the freedom that comes with stepping fully into His plan for your life. This process of separation and realignment is not meant to isolate you, but to bring you closer to God's will for your life. As you let go of the things that once held you in place, you're being positioned for greater clarity, greater obedience, and greater influence. You're being prepared to lead with wisdom and strength, with a heart that is fully aligned with God's purpose. The new relationships and opportunities that will come into your life will be those that align with your calling and help you fulfill your divine purpose. Separation is also a reminder that your identity is not found in the opinions of others or the comfort of your old life. Your identity is found in God and His purpose for you. As you embrace this separation, you are learning to trust God's plan for your life, knowing that He is guiding you to where you are meant to be. The people who are meant to walk with you on this journey will find their way to you, and the relationships that are meant to remain will be strengthened through your obedience to God. This season of separation may be challenging, but it is a necessary part of your spiritual leadership journey. Embrace it knowing that God is preparing you for something greater. The resistance you face, the separation you experience, and the challenges that come your way are all part of God's plan to refine you, strengthen you and elevate you for the leadership He has called you to. You are not being left behind, you are being repositioned for the next level of your purpose. Trust the process, trust the timing, and know that God is with you every step of the way. As you stand at the threshold of this new season, it's clear that the path ahead will require one key thing from you: obedience. Obedience is not a passive act. It's a powerful decision that aligns your heart and spirit with the divine plan that God has already set into motion. You see, it's easy to want to hold on to what is familiar, to cling to the comfort of what you know, even when God has already confirmed that it's time for you to move forward. But here's the truth. Obedience is the key that unlocks the door to the new season that God is preparing for you. The upgrade you're stepping into won't happen through hesitation or negotiation. It will only come when you choose to trust God enough to follow His lead even when the path isn't clear. Obedience means stopping the cycle of questioning and second-guessing what God has already made clear. It's about letting go of the need to understand every detail, every step, and instead trusting that God's plan is already in motion, even when you can't yet see the full picture. You don't need to negotiate with God about when or how He will move. All you need to do is align with His purpose and take that step forward in faith. There's a power in saying yes to God even when it feels uncomfortable or uncertain. Each step of obedience strengthens your faith and positions you for the elevation that is already on its way. When you step into obedience, you are stepping into alignment with God's timing. And timing, as we all know, is everything. God's timing doesn't always match up with our expectations. It doesn't follow the schedules we create, nor does it move according to the deadlines we set. But this is where your faith must come in. You must embrace that God's timing is perfect, even if it feels delayed. In fact, delays are often part of the divine process. God is never rushing. He is always preparing. He is preparing you for what lies ahead, and that preparation is not an instant process. It takes time, patience, and trust. And that is the process you're currently in, learning to trust God, not just when things are clear, but when the path seems hidden in fog. This upgrade isn't about immediate results or sudden transformations. It's about learning to trust the process. God isn't just giving you a momentary blessing or a quick fix to your problems. He's upgrading your entire life. This transformation is deep and lasting. It's about becoming the person who can carry the weight of the responsibility that's coming. It's about building spiritual muscle, gaining the endurance needed for the long journey ahead. The shift in your life isn't about a single moment of victory. It's about the slow, steady growth that prepares you for greater things. And that kind of growth takes time. It requires consistency, surrender, and most importantly, a continual trust in God's timing. When God calls you to a new season, He doesn't promise that it will be smooth sailing. In fact, He often uses resistance to build your strength, your authority, and your clarity. Resistance is an inevitable part of growth. Think of it like the process of refining gold. Gold doesn't become pure and valuable by being left in its natural state. It must be heated up, subjected to extreme pressure, and purified in the fire. The resistance you're facing in this season is doing exactly that for you. It's refining you. It's shaping you into someone who can handle the weight of the elevation that's coming your way. The challenges and obstacles you're encountering are not signs that you're on the wrong path. They are opportunities for growth. God allows resistance because He knows it's the only way to stretch you, to deepen your roots, and to sharpen your focus. The more you grow spiritually, the more resistance you will face. But remember, this resistance is not meant to break you. It is meant to build you. The stronger the resistance, the greater the elevation. As you push through these challenges, you're developing the authority and clarity you need to walk confidently into your purpose. Embrace the resistance. Don't run from it. Don't be discouraged by it. Understand that every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow stronger, to become more aligned with God's purpose for your life. Resistance is not a sign of failure, it's a sign of divine elevation. It's God's way of preparing you for the next level, for the responsibility that is coming. And when you face resistance with a heart of trust, with obedience and faith, you will find that not only can you handle the pressure, but you will also thrive under it. The key to overcoming the resistance you face is to stay aligned with God. When you are aligned with His will, when you're walking in obedience, the resistance will not break you. It will only make you stronger. Every step you take in faith, every moment you choose obedience over comfort is strengthening your spirit. You're becoming more refined, more resilient, and more prepared for the calling God has placed on your life. This is your training ground, and the resistance you feel is the weight of your future being shaped and solidified. And remember, in this process of elevation, you are not alone. God is with you every step of the way. His presence, His guidance, and His strength are constantly surrounding you. You may feel the weight of the challenges, but know that God's strength is made perfect in your weakness. When you feel like you can't take another step, when the resistance feels overwhelming, God's grace will be there to lift you up and carry you through. His power is not just there to help you endure it, is there to empower you to thrive, to rise above the challenges, and to step into the fullness of your calling. This season of growth and resistance is temporary. It may feel like it's lasting forever, but know that God is working in you and through you to prepare you for something greater. What you are learning now, the lessons of patient surrender and obedience, will be the foundation for the success and fulfillment that awaits you in the future. So don't give up. Don't allow the resistance to cause you to doubt God's plan. Instead, let it fuel you, let it refine you, and let it propel you toward the purpose and destiny God has for your life. In this moment, as you face resistance and struggle, you are being elevated. You are being refined. You are being prepared for the weight of the leadership God is calling you into. So trust the process, embrace the upgrade, and know that God is with you, strengthening you and empowering you to walk into the new season He has prepared for you. As you stand at this pivotal moment, know that God's upgrade is already in motion. The shifts in your life, the discomfort you've been feeling, and the resistance you've encountered, they are not coincidences. They are the signs that God is moving you into a new season, one that requires a deeper level of trust, a more profound commitment, and a heart that is ready to embrace what lies ahead. The upgrade has already begun, and it is far greater than anything you could have imagined. But here's the thing, this is not the time to hesitate. This is not the time to seek comfort or approval from others. It's easy to want reassurance from people, to look for validation in the world around you, especially when the path ahead feels uncertain. But God is calling you to something more than the approval of others. He is calling you to align with His will, to move forward in obedience, even when the full picture isn't clear. This is a journey that requires courage, faith, and the willingness to trust that what God has for you is far greater than any temporary discomfort you may face. You may not have all the answers right now, and that's okay. The upgrade God has for you doesn't require you to have everything figured out. It requires you to trust the process, to trust that He is leading you, and to take each step in faith, knowing that He will provide the clarity you need when the time is right. You are being refined, reshaped, and positioned for something extraordinary. But it will only happen if you remain aligned with God's purpose for your life. Stay focused, stay faithful, and remember that the process is just as important as the destination. Every challenge, every moment of discomfort, and every stretch of your faith is preparing you for what's coming next. So now is the moment to accept this divine upgrade. It's time to step into the fullness of God's plan for you. And that starts with a simple decision to say yes to what He's doing in your life. You don't need to have it all figured out. All you need to do is trust that God has already paved the way. You're not alone in this journey. He is with you, guiding you and strengthening you every step of the way. If you sense that this message resonates with your spirit, if you know in your heart that you are ready to step into the upgrade God has for you, I invite you to take a moment to affirm that decision. Declare your acceptance of this divine shift by responding with faith. Don't just listen passively. Take an active step in agreement with what God is doing in your life. Like this message not just as a sign of support, but as an act of faith. Share it with someone who may be walking through a similar season, someone who needs confirmation that their discomfort has meaning. Comment below as a declaration of your trust in God's process and share how this message has spoken to your heart. Subscribe to stay connected with the journey God has planned for you and be part of a community that is walking forward in faith, embracing the upgrades that God is unfolding. This is not just about receiving an upgrade in your life, it's about partnering with God in that process. It's about choosing to move forward in faith, knowing that your obedience today will shape the future God has for you. Don't hold back. Embrace what He's calling you into. It's time to step into the fullness of His plan. And this moment of faith is the key to unlocking the door to everything He has in store. The road ahead won't always be easy. It will require patience, trust, and continued obedience. There will be days when the weight feels heavy, when the path seems unclear, and when the challenges seem insurmountable. But you are being prepared for something far greater than you can imagine. God's purpose for your life is not just to survive, it's to thrive, to lead, and to impact the world around you in ways you can't yet fathom. You're not on this journey alone. God is working in you, through you, and for you. The discomfort you feel now is part of the process of elevation. The waiting, the challenges, and the obstacles are all shaping you into the person who can carry the weight of your purpose with grace and clarity. You're not being left behind, you're being prepared for what's next. Trust the process, trust God's timing, and know that the best is yet to come. As you move forward, remember that your obedience today will shape your tomorrow. The decision to trust, to walk in alignment with God's will, is what will unlock the doors of your destiny. Stay faithful, stay obedient, and know that you are being prepared for something much greater than you could ever imagine. This is your season of upgrade. Step into it with faith, courage, and unwavering trust in God's plan.